it's hard to just pick one characteristic or something that I love about her because there's too many things. She's definitely a very special person. Everybody that I talk to, like my family and everybody, I tell her that she's literally an answered prayer.
Chris is somebody that you could imagine. I could even use him as a Prince Charming. He completely surpassed anything that I could ever expect.
She's a treasure. It's like finding a treasure chest in the middle of the Caribbean. That's what Nimsi is. We realized that we both had a passion towards fitness and decided that we each wanted to compete within a show back in 2013, and that's exactly what we focused on, and that was one of our goals, and together we grew closer, first as friends and obviously as training partners.
Honestly, if it hadn't have been for his encouragement, if it hadn't have been for his push, if it hadn't have been for his support in every little thing, especially people that do what we do. Just having someone that could understand the passion that I have for this and having that person be so open to something that I love.
I really wanted to take her somewhere for her birthday, and I started really looking into a couple of things, and I know that she's a diehard University of Texas Longhorns fan. I started looking at the schedule, and I found a perfect game for us to go to out in Austin, Texas on her actual birthday. And within the thoughts of me planning this whole entire weekend, I realized that I wanted to show her exactly what I wanted to do for the rest of my life.
So I'm opening my presents. I pull out the customized Texas sneakers, and he tells me, hey, there's a running device, the tracker device in there. And so I'm looking through there. I pull out the paperwork that I thought that was just part of the shoe, and pulled out the sole of the shoe, and I'm like, okay, what am I supposed to be looking at? So I finally start looking at the papers, and I just like pretty much pressed them against my face. I was like, Austin, Texas, we're going, and I'm from Texas. Then I kept looking, and I saw the Baylor versus Texas, and I've never been to a Texas game, and that's what I've always really wanted. And it was a complete shock. So it was really, really cool to find that within the shoe.
Anyways, so I'm here in my mom's room, morning of Friday the 3rd of October, day before Nimsi's birthday. I'm here preparing how I'm going to hide this engagement ring in my pocket. Anyway, so y'all can get a little glimpse. She's not ready. So here we go. About to go take our flight. Ma'am, you excited?
Super.
Starting our little journey.
It was a huge surprise for me just because I didn't expect it at all. So the sneakers were a big deal. The plane tickets were a big deal. He did an awesome job. And even leading up to us going to the stadium, he tells me that he's got to go pick up the actual tickets for the game. So of course I'm believing him, and this is my first time actually going to the stadium myself. So he's like, bring the cameras with you, we're gonna record everything. And of course I'm like buying into all of this. We get up to the front and we walk in, and these two people come up to us and they're like, hey Nimsi, welcome to your private tour. And I'm like, oh. So I thought that was my birthday present. Like, he just went above and beyond, got this private tour for us. This guy surprised me again. And then finally gets to the big part where we're about to walk into the field itself. And of course, I'm not paying attention to him because I'm just like in awe. It's so beautiful. And we get up there, they've got jerseys laid out for us, they've got helmets laid out for us, and I'm like, oh my God, he thought of everything. He's like, hey babe, let's say a prayer. And he grabs me by my hands, and then we're finishing up the prayer, and I hear Bruno Mars in the back, marry you. And I can kind of like feel his hands start to shake, and I'm like, oh my God, what is he about to do? Like, and then I open my eyes after the prayer, and it's a beautiful day. I figured this would be
opportunity, perfect weekend, and perfect way for me to let you know that I don't want anybody else. You've been the biggest blessing in my life, and I'm at a loss for words. Seriously. And I want to know.
Oh my God.
Yes?
He thought of every little thing to make this one time for the rest of our lives completely memorable. So that's a story that our kids are going to hear, and they're just going to be like, this doesn't happen all the time. Like, Daddy really made a fairy tale engagement.